Happy New Year, everybody. But you know what? I sometimes hate it when I'm right. You're watching LUBED. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene Edwards. You're watching LUBED for January 1st as I recap the Edmonton Oilers' loss to the Winnipeg Jets last night at the Rogers Place in Edmonton by the count of 2-1. Lots of storylines going out throughout the day. We're going to get into that shortly. I'm just going to quickly talk about this game, what I thought about this game, and then we'll move on to some of these storylines, which there is actually several storylines, including stuff that happened within that game, and also players on the Edmonton Oilers that we found out a little bit more about their status. What did I think about this game? I thought it was actually a very well played game. I'm not going to lay the faults to anybody on this game. It was a tight game, and it really did boil down to what I said in the preview, the goaltending. And that's not to say Jack Campbell had a poor game. Jack Campbell actually had a very good game. But when you're going up against a Vezina quality goalie, a Vezina, I believe, award winner goalie, or at least nominated goalie, it's a different story. You know, those guys know what they are good at their craft. And that's why it was a very tight game. No problems with the way the Oilers played. Didn't think the officiating was bad. It just was one of those games that just got away from the Edmonton Oilers as they lost 2-1. Now, for some of the storylines going into this game, is we found out a little bit more about Leon Draisaitl and his injury status. Several sources on the internet and other YouTubers have been stating that he is dealing with a core muscle strain. So that's probably not a good thing, but I don't think it's as bad as we think it is. I still think it is a day-to-day thing. It's not what Darnell Nurse had last year during the playoffs. He had a tear. A tear is a much more significant injury. This is just a strain, and I do think it's day-to-day. I'm hoping maybe a game or two more, and then he should be back. But unfortunately, we did suffer another significant injury in last night's game to a player that has been a very pleasant surprise this season, as Klim Kostin went awkwardly down on his final shift of the game into the boards very awkwardly. His ankle twisted up some weird way. I don't know exactly how much damage was caused, if it's a sprain, if it's a break. He did get assisted off the ice by teammates and the medical staff of the Oilers, but he was not putting any weight on it, and that doesn't look good. So unfortunately, we now lose another player who's been a pleasant surprise. We definitely won that trade with Samorukov to St. Louis earlier this year. One of, if not the best move that Ken Holland has done since he's taken over. Very good player for us, and it's unfortunate. We'll talk about the World Juniors a little bit here, and I just want to briefly talk on that. As Connor Bedard tied Eric Lindros's Canadian record for the most points last night. Like, this kid is just... We're going to be talking about him a lot next year, especially when he plays against the Oilers, and guaranteed he will be playing in the NHL next year. So now the question is, what does Ken Holland do? What is Ken Holland going to do? Now he's got another forward injury. We're still trying to wait for Kane to come back. We just got McLeod back. We just got Yamamoto back. We're missing Draisaitl. Like, does he focus his attention now onto it forward again? Or is he still in the Jacob Chychrun hunt or the Gavrikov hunt. Now, according to the Oilers fanatic, he did a video a couple days ago saying that Chychrun is out, and that's according to, I believe it was Elliot Freeman that said that that's not the case. Gavrikov sounds like the likely defensive guy that they're going to go for, but he also mentioned Chicago's McCabe as a possibility as well. So we will see. Let's go into the scoring summary from last night. As there was only 3 goals, so it wasn't not much to really talk about. It started off in the first period at 15:44. It was Neil Pionk, his 6th on the power play from Kyle Connor and Pierre-Luc Dubois. 1-0 after the first period. We go to the second, no scoring, and in the third, that spark that I said for the Oilers, Klim Kostin, he gets his 5th of the year, tying the game from Matthias Janmark. And then Kyle Connor gets the game-winning goal at 6:55 from Neil Pionk and Christian Reichel. So very, very... It was actually a very tight played game. I was actually quite surprising. I didn't know which way it was going to go because the Jets and the Oilers have been known to have these tight games. They're always tight in score, though. Even the high volume goal games like the 9-8s or 9-7s, they're always tight in score. So this was a very tight play game. I have no problem with the way the Oilers played. Thought they played a pretty decent game. Tight checking, and it's just the way the cards fell for them today. So now that leaves them in the first wild card with a record of 20-16-2 for 42 points. They are just ahead of Colorado for the second wild card at 19-13-3 for 41 points. Seattle right on our tail at 40 points. And we're all chasing the Vegas Golden Knights at 25-12-2 record for 52 points. So now we are 10 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights for that first place spot. Let's get into last night's X Factor.
Richardson, the McGillis scores! The Edmonton Oilers!
Here are more Edmonton Oilers X Factors for today.
A stunning come from
Okay, like I said, it was a tight game. It really boiled down to goaltending. And I'm going to give the X Factor to Connor Hellebuyck. He was stellar. He definitely made it a lot easier for the Jets to take this 2 points and move on from it. But yeah, I would say he's the main reason why the Jets won this game. It's not easy keeping a guy like McDavid off the board, and he managed to do that. So I will give it to him. Okay, guys, so that's about all I have for today. I will return tomorrow with my preview for the Kraken game. As they will meet on the 3rd, and then I will do my review for that on the 3rd. As always, guys, those of you that are new subscribers and like the content I bring, feel free to hit that like button, share, subscribe, and in the meantime, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will talk soon.
Tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite, they feeling.